speaking out in a new interview and appearing to back off a major campaign pledge on one of the biggest issues in the election, the economy. NBC's chief White House correspondent Peter Alexander has this story for us. Peter, good morning.
Craig, good morning to you. President-elect Trump says Americans not being able to afford their groceries will soon be a thing of the past. Americans paid roughly 20% more for groceries last month compared to when Trump left office. But ahead of the election, he promised to bring down those prices on day one. And now Trump is acknowledging it may be easier said than done. President-elect Trump taking a victory lap on Wall Street, ringing the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange after being named Time Magazine's Person of the Year. But just days after sharing this assessment about the election with NBC's Kristen Welker.
And one on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries.
In his interview with Time, the president-elect backed off his central campaign promise to lower prices for consumers, including on groceries, saying, look, they got them up. I'd like to bring them down. It's hard to bring things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard, but I think that they will. I think that energy is going to bring them down. I think a better supply chain is going to bring them down. Throughout the campaign, Trump repeatedly vowed lower prices.
But prices will come down. You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast. Not only with insurance, with everything. It'll also bring your grocery bill way down.
Trump also detailing a move he plans to make in his first hours in office, pardoning defendants from the January 6th Capitol riots. Asked if that would include those who committed violent acts, Trump saying he'll look at each case, adding, it's going to start in the first hour that I get into office, and a vast majority of them should not be in jail. Meanwhile, the current administration issued a flurry of pardons and commutations for nonviolent offenders yesterday, in what the White House said was a single-day record. President Biden commuting the sentences of almost 1,500 people and pardoning 39 others. The president saying many of the 1,500 would not be convicted if they were tried today. It comes 2 weeks after President Biden pardoned his son Hunter, and the president is signaling clemency may be a focus of the last weeks of his presidency, writing, I will take more steps in the weeks ahead. The Trump team's effort to shore up Senate votes for his top cabinet administration picks is going to begin again next week with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. among those expected to begin making the rounds on the Hill. But Pentagon pick Pete Hegseth, he's going to be back at it again this weekend, heading to the Army-Navy football game, where a source close to Hegseth tells NBC News that he will meet with President-elect Trump. Craig.
All right, Peter Alexander from the White House for us.